If you ask the majority of the population about the farming industry, they'll paint a picture of a simple life devoid of technological innovation and know-how. But nothing could be further from the truth. In fact, the industry is now filled with mechanical wonders, the likes of which belong on a roadshow. And when it comes to these tractors, things can get quite expensive. But what are the most expensive farming tractors in the world? And what sets them apart from the older models we became familiar with in the past? Well, whether you're a farming fanatic or just want to know more about the most important industry in the world, you've come to the right place, as we're about to explore everything there is to know about the best tractors money can buy. So strap yourselves in and get ready for a bumpy ride, as things are about to get interesting. But before we get into it, make sure to leave a like and subscribe with notifications turned on so you don't miss out on any of the new videos we post. Number 1. The New Holland T9700. First up on our list is the New Holland T9700, which looks like the love child between an ordinary tractor and German Panzer tank. While its cab and front end are smooth and rounded, allowing its immaculate paint job to glimmer in the sun, the way that it moves across the field is pretty unique. You see, rather than employing the use of ordinary wheels, the New Holland makes use of treads that are similar to what you would see on a tank. But rather than adopting the oval shape of a tank tread, the New Holland has been able to increase the amount of power it has by creating a tread that is more triangular in nature, powered by a grand total of 4 smaller wheels. Oh, and did we mention that the New Holland has 2 of these treads on each side for maximum power? That's right, this is an absolute beast of a machine. It also boasts an incredible powerful engine in the form of an FPT Cursa 13, which comes equipped with a 2-stage turbo. This means that all in all, the New Holland is able to kick out 682 horsepower in total, which is insane for a piece of farming equipment. The transmission of the New Holland is also considered to be continuously variable depending on the terrain that is being moved over, with the driver being able to choose between 2 different traction controls. The first control is for regular driving and maintains a comfortable ride regardless of what is being driven over. For the more extreme plots, however, the farmer is able to engage ultimate strength mode, which forces the traction into overdrive using every horse in the paddocks. New Holland in general is known for its high-powered and efficient machines, with the T9700 having been tested and approved by the Nebraska Tractor Test Laboratory. And of all the tractors that have moved through the NTTL, the T9700 has been labeled as the best in terms of power, torque, and fluid efficiency. In other words, this means that a farmer who chooses to spend a bit extra on the New Holland gets to reduce his labor costs while getting the work done in less time with no compromise. But as you can imagine, the New Holland T9700 comes with a pretty large price tag and will end up costing a farmer around $547,900 US if bought new. And since the model is barely ever found on the second-hand market due to its reliability and brilliance, you'll definitely have to pay the price to be an owner of such a unique machine. But we promise you this, you won't regret it. Number 2. The John Deere 9620 RX. Next up on our list is a tractor that is quite similar in price to the New Holland T9700, but is considered by many to place ease and comfort over and above power. We are, of course, talking about the John Deere 9620 RX, which looks a lot more like the tractors we have familiarized ourselves with in the past. Rather than adopting a rounded appearance, the RX sticks with a can and body that employs sharp lines, which is perfect for those who prefer a more classic look. Similar to other tractors of its price, the RX also employs the use of triangular treads to get around, with 2 on each side of its body. The user gets a pretty great amount of maneuverability without having to skimp out on power. The yellow cogwheels within the black track have an aesthetically pleasing look, especially when viewed against the green exterior of the body. John Deere has made a name for itself in the agricultural field, excuse the pun, by creating some of the greatest mechanical implements used by farmers today. And the 9620 RX is no different, featuring a Cummins QSX15 engine that is able to kick out a grand total of around 620 horsepower with a displacement of 1,490 cc. Definitely not as powerful as the New Holland we viewed before, but perfect for a farmer who doesn't require a machine to get over the most rugged terrain. Where the RX really shows its merit is in the comfort levels and ease that it brings to the life of the driver. A great example of this can be seen in the Command View 3 cab that the RX has attached to it, allowing the driver total comfort and visibility when it comes to working in the field. The controls of the RX are also fully automatic, which reduce the amount of work required to tend to the fields as every farmer must. The tractor also also has a 3-point hitch and command center that allows for absolute control, kicking up production by reducing the amount of work required. This quality tractor is definitely worth the steep price of $548,000 and will have you breaking even in no time based on the increase in your productivity overall. Number 3. The IH Quadtrax Triangular Caterpillar. Another awe-inspiring machine that farmers want to get their hands on is the IH Quadtrax Triangular Caterpillar, which is perfect for anyone who requires one of the most heavy-duty options out there. The Triangular Caterpillar is an enormous tractor consisting of a gigantic body and broad triangular tread wheels. It comes fitted with a 6-cylinder, 15-liter engine that can produce a total of 600 horsepower, which is pretty insane considering just how large the machine actually is. The 4-track design on the tractor also helps to distribute the massive weight of the tractor, decreasing the amount of soil compaction when taking it around your field. While a decrease in soil compaction is the ultimate goal of the treads, the fact that they work in unison also serves to give a massive boost to power, allowing the machine to make it over the toughest terrain you could possibly offer it. This is all done in a vibration-free drive with the Triangular Caterpillar having a surprisingly sharp turn radius of just 4.20 meters. In other words, you'll be getting an incredible amount of power, maneuverability, comfort, and reliability out of this tractor, which explains how it costs a total of around $600,000 to buy new. Surprisingly enough, this isn't the most expensive Quadtrax on our list, so if you like the model, just wait and see what our next item is. Number 4. The Case IH Quadtrax 620. The Case IH Quadtrax 620 is a much newer model than the earlier Triangular Caterpillar, and while the two machines might look very similar with their large sizes and triangular treads being on display, the Quadtrax 620 is far more powerful when the chips are down. It comes with a heavy-duty engine that can produce around 620 horsepower with ease, as well as a HIESCR emission system that has been integrated with a live independent system PTO. Essentially, this means that although the machine is incredibly powerful, it is also considered to be quite fuel efficient for its size, giving off manageable transmissions with use. So if the reduction of anthropomorphic carbon dioxide is something that gets you excited as a farmer, the Quadtrax 620 is probably for you when it comes to heavy-duty work. The tractor also offers 4-point cab suspension, which is used to stabilize a cab when driving over rugged terrain, similar to how the suspension of a car does the same when hitting an uneven piece of road. This means that the driver of a Quadtrax 620 is able to enjoy the smoothest ride on the market, regardless of the type of field the tractor is being used on. And considering how much of a burden poor tractor suspension can have on a farmer's body after a full day out on the fields, this is definitely worth it at the end of the day. Take the opportunity to buy the Quadtrax 620 and your body will most definitely thank you. Speaking of price, you'll be able to pick up the Case IH Quadtrax 620 for around $616,000 right now. And since not many farmers choose to change models after they enjoy the comfort of the Quadtrax 620, you'll unfortunately have to settle for this new price unless you get incredibly lucky on the secondhand market. Number 5. The 16V747 Big Bud. And last but not least, we have the most expensive farming tractor in the world, which has actually been the 16V747 Big Bud for the last few decades. Built in 1977, this incredible piece of machinery is around 27 feet in height and is capable of plowing a large field in just a few minutes. It is visibly pleasing to those who prefer the more classic look, with a gigantic tractor being driven by 8 large circular wheels as opposed to the 4 treads of other models. This means that soil compression may be a bit of a problem when it comes to making use of the Big Bud, but the Montana machine makes up for it in a number of different ways. Because of the sheer size of the tractor, it is able to pull a cultivator of up to 80 feet, allowing it to work above 1 acre of land per minute. In other words, the Big Bud has the ability to increase the productivity of a farm tenfold and is definitely worth the buy when it comes to industrialized farming. Having been upgraded over the years, the Big Bud now comes packed with new chrome stacks and an engine that is able to push out around 900 horsepower, which is clearly necessary considering the insane equipment that it is able to carry across the field. And when it comes to price, there is no tractor higher than this beast of a machine, with a Big Bud costing a modern-day farmer around $1.3 million to buy. Definitely not worth it if your farm is small, but more than worth it if you have a few acres. What do you think about the most expensive tractors? Feel free to let us know in the comment section down below.